Salt Lake Community College allows you to be hands-on as the moment you walk in the door, compared to other colleges in the area who may not let you do that. Here we focus on putting you in real life situations.
The communications department and the classes offered at Salt Lake Community College give you a feeling of expansion. What you learn and what you take with you is your personal choice. And for me, it's helped me be a much bigger person. I'm open to more ideas. And I think that's what we're here for, is to expand, understand, and be able to apply the things that we've learned in our life.
Journalism class for me is a lot of fun, and it's by far the best amount of money that I've spent in college so far. You learn so much, and you're able to walk out of the classroom feeling like you know what you're doing.
In the Salt Lake Community College communication program, when you get into the radio production part with Globe Radio, you get to do everything. You get to work the boards, you get to learn how to edit and adjust audio tracks and really design your own show and then put it out on the radio for anybody to hear.
In the TV classes, you are rarely in the classroom. The only time I really remember sitting in a classroom is when we're watching the final products of the projects that we have put together. So that's really cool because usually you're editing or you're out in the field shooting, so you never are bored with these classes.
The one thing that I like the most about communication classes is the professors really encourage you to communicate with your class. So instead of the normal college setting where everybody just comes and goes, you really kind of feel more unified as a class, and you know a lot more about each other because you're learning about how to communicate through communicating with your class members. So it's a great diversity of people that you get to learn from.
At the community college and the communication department, you really get to do what you want to do. I love sports, so I was able to put together a talk sports show. I'm on the air 2-3 hours a week, and I get to talk sports. I get to talk about basketball or baseball or whatever I'm in the mood to talk about. It's what they really get to do in the real world.
In the communications department with broadcasting, you're not going to be sitting there in a classroom copying off all the notes off the board that the teacher wants you to, or studying really hard for tests. Your test is your final projects. It's getting out there and shooting the stories and then editing them.
Writing for the Globe newspaper as a critic is fantastic because not only do I get to see great movies, but I get to use my opinion to influence thousands of people who may look at this paper.
There really is a lot smaller class size here, and I think that's honestly helped me a lot in learning more about the communication because you have more personal time with the instructor, and you're not dealing with 100 kids in one classroom. It's 30 at the most, so there's more opportunities to do group activities and really get to know your class and work with them and learn from them instead of just a big classroom where nobody knows anybody.
My goal and what I came to the community college to learn was broadcast journalism. I really want to go into that and become a sports broadcaster. And Salt Lake Community College has given me a lot of opportunities that I don't think I would have gotten anywhere else. I've gotten to do play-by-play for baseball and basketball games. I've got to do pre- and post-game shows. I even got to do a pre- and post-game show for when the Bruins went to the national championship. I've done live events like graduation. You really have the opportunity to do what you love and get that experience you're not going to get at those big schools because it's all professional there. They don't let the students get in there and get their hands dirty, and that's how I learn. I want to do hands-on and learn what I need to do in the real world so that I'm more educated when I get out there.
Current news media, you have to be able to write not only for the paper, but for the radio, for TV and for the internet, Salt Lake Community College does a great job preparing you for the type of convergence you're going to face in a real world job.
The reason why you're going to want to take TV classes is because it's so much fun. In my TV classes, I worked in groups a lot of the time. When you're working in groups, it is beneficial to your learning because even in the real world, when you're in the studio or you're out on a shoot, you're never going to be alone. You're always going to be with someone. So you're going to need to learn how to communicate with them and let them know what you need in order to make the project the best it can be.
Being a journalism major here at Salt Lake Community College, I've had the opportunity to write for a lot of different media outlets here. I've been able to write for the Globe student paper. I've been able to write for the news, for film. I've been able to write for radio, and it's really a good thing to prepare you for a real world job because everything is basically converged now. The more well-rounded you are, the better you're going to be at your job, the more opportunities you're going to have. I've personally been able to write and produce scripts for radio and for television.
Some of the best classes that I've taken here at SLCC have been the interpersonal communication and then the organizational communication. And both of those, they just provide a lot of variety and you get to learn how to communicate at work and then also within your personal lives with family, friends, and all those things. So it helps out in all aspects of your life.
With the program here, you really get that foothold to know where to go next and get into the real world, get into an internship and expand on what you've learned here at the school.